Hello, Junior Doctors. Welcome back to Junior Doctor Fiona Chow's YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to continue last week's series about the man who mistook his wife for a hat and talk about part 1, chapter 5 of the book. So in this chapter, it's about this woman called Madeline J., and she is a 60-year-old lady that came to visit Oliver Sacks for an appointment. So, right when she walked in, she is, quote, this high-spirited woman of exceptional intelligence and literacy. However, she is blind, and she is 60 years old. So, how is she full of high intelligence? One thing that Oliver Sacks noticed was that not only did she was so involved with so many different works, meaning that she read a lot. However, since she was blind, she has to read through touching brailless. But Madeline also mentioned that her hands didn't work. Her hands were basically 2 lumps of doughs. So she had other people to read it to her so that she actually had the ability to know these works. Sacks observed that her hands were mildly spastic and athetotic, meaning involuntarily writhing. So her hands were basically, although it was there, it was never really there because throughout her 60 years of life, she has never used her hands, basically. And so, in order to kind of solve this problem for her, Sacks devised a way in which he told the nurses to put her utensils for eating slightly out of reach, but not to, of course, torment her. But by putting it out of reach, she would have the motivation of reaching for it in order to eat, because you need to eat for survival. And so this actually worked once because she actually reached for her bagel. And just by reaching for her bagel, it shows that she could actually use her hands. And after that instance, she continued helping herself, training herself, practicing her skill of using her hands. And so now she not only could she sculpt, she is actually described as, quote, locally famous as the blind sculptress of St. Benedict's. This shows that even in late learning, it is still really possible for an individual to actually learn and train themselves for skills that they've never really dealt with in their past life. Because, mind you, Madeline is 60 years old, meaning that she's honestly very old to be able to gain new skills, because 60 years old, it's actually the start of a downfall into aging, which I would actually discuss about in a future series. And I think this story really shows us the possibilities of late learning and the possibilities of actually gaining a new skill despite being at such a late time in your life. Because Madeline, she learned how to use her hands at the age of 60, and she has never used her hands before then, showing that it's actually a huge skill and showing that the capabilities of humans. So, yeah, that is it for this week's YouTube video. And remember to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Thank you so much. And remember to eat healthy, exercise, and enjoy life. Thank you, and see you next time.